It's a little late. It's a little lonely around here without the old blue boy. At least I can buy him this rail sprint.
Oh, yeah, you totally can. And that is handy because you can, it pretty much means you can actually run while on rails.
Yeah,
which is very handy, moving around a little bit faster.
Actually, I just realized. I really hope. Okay, I really hope you do it later because I know Actually, did you already purchase the Silent Obliterator?
Not yet, but I figured since where I'm going, I'm not going to be needing it just yet. But it is on my plans to buy because as always, it's a very broken ability.
I don't know why I thought of this when you were mentioning Blue Boy. I was gonna be doing Murray, be like, Bentley, are you being colorist?
Colorist.
That's our color palette. That's our whole thing.
I'm the green one. You're the pink one. I kind of honestly can't tell all that well.
I changed depending on my moods. I'm your little mood ring.
Oh.
I don't know where that came from. I don't know why I said that. Anyway,
Never say that within relation to you and me ever again, please.
So yeah, since Sly's currently in the slammer, it's up to Bentley to do reconnaissance today.
The best part is that that's not even like the first time they've ever had that competition.
A mother's love.
You got something you want to tell me?
So me. Let's knock him out. See, that's the thing. Sleep darts. The fact that I had to buy these. Like, you have to buy the classic sleep dart and explosive, like, treatment. Because I'll say right now, explosive darts, you can use them, but they are not as powerful as your normal bomb. So, yeah, again, if you're going to do any stealth with Bentley, I really do recommend the sleep dart followed by bomb combo, which has been a staple since the second game.
I honestly wonder why they decided that change, of all things.
Right, I mean, it's still there, it's just something you have to buy it. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I love how they do the little HUD thingy here, where... Oh, can't go that way. Where
Alright, I can't swim.
Where not only can the indicator point you in the right direction, but it can actually curve and bend to show if you're higher or lower than it.
Which is good. Like we've said before, like
for me.
all the dumb shit that this game can pull with its writing, I think it does pull off some pretty, legitimately good gameplay improvements.
Yep. Aha, and there's our way to get out of here.
The back wall.
But yeah, as I just saw that, I do actually love the robo arm upgrade that he got in this for being able to just like whip there, like so daintily toss the bombs.
So yeah,
I love how this isn't even. I love how this is currently not even chained to us. I'm just asked to carry this.
Yeah, I mean, don't ask where the chain's attached to, but yeah,
isn't it attached to his ankle?
Well,
Sly, meet your gun-toting ancestor, Tennessee Kid.
Howdy. Howdy yourself. Looks like you must have ticked old Toothpick off pretty good.
Is that you, Yuri?
No, that's not Yuri. He plays another Cooper later on.
Sly Cooper. Now, son, you should know I don't take kindly to folks funning on my family name.
Whoa. I swear, I'm not joking. I can explain.
Talk ain't worth spit, boy.
It honestly is so weird listening to, this is Sam Riegel, right?
Yep.
My friend Bentley's working.
It's so weird listening to him play Tennessee Kid back in the day, and the most immediate, voice I can recognize from him, and I'm probably the only person on the planet that makes the parallel, is fucking, Ultros in, Chocobo GP.
That is true. That is like...
That's the same guy.
It is also super weird because doesn't Sam usually do very deep voices?
I don't know about deep, but I don't usually know him for any particularly exaggerated voices.
Really?
What he's doing for Tennessee isn't really that far removed from his regular voice, just with a bit of a southern twang to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Zip. The new costume. Whoops. I was trying to see if I could do a quick select, but no, you do have to select it manually.
Actually,
Come on.
I want to say he also voiced
there's tap. It's like analog triggers.
There's Ultros. He also voiced, what was the name of the fire one?
Okay, kids.
How am I forgetting that all things now?
The fire what?
Let me look at it.
I'll look it up. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So yeah, the jailbird costume excels mainly for some. It excels in two areas. One is, of course, very strong, heavy-hitting melee attacks. Oh, and I accidentally talked over one of my favorite exchanges of the two. I'm sorry.
Ifrit. It was Ifrit. How did I forget?
Oh, Ifrit. Okay.
How did I forget that fucking name of all things? You know, the fire esper that wanted to be a firefighter.
Yeah. But yeah, no, apologies.
You can already see where the problem lies there.
Now go ahead, talk about the line.
No, it's just sorry. No, you're both right. But just yeah, sorry. To paraphrase the line I talked over, because I do actually like it. Sly's looking. I was like, okay, why is that between the two of us? I'm the one who gets stuck with the massive ball and chain. Well, I'm set to be hung tomorrow. Want to trade?
Oh yeah, that is a good line.
That line is so fucking good.
Yeah.
I do again. I really do like what they do with Sly's ancestors, and it's a neat idea to kind of give Sly a new move set without actually giving him a new move set. Just introducing new characters who can do this.
And you know what I'll say for Tennessee Kid Cooper here, I actually do like his design here more so than I do his like old school design from the original trilogy.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Didn't he actually? I might be misremembering.
Spiders!
Oh boy. I might be misremembering, but didn't his original design actually have a mustache?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it did.
Yep. I like his design here. I do like Ryoichi's design a bit more. However, I enjoy. I mean, I guess we can kind of spoil some of it. I enjoy how Sir Galeth looks in this.
Yeah, Sir Galeth looks fine.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of how Salim looks now.
I don't even remember what Salim used to look like, so...
I'll pull him up.
Alright. Though, I mean, considering what they do with him in this game, I'd say it makes enough sense.
Okay, I'll say right now. Salim Al-Kupar was noted in the first one, and he used to be buff. Like,
Oh,
ripped.
that-
He was the top heavy, like bulky dude. Like,
I forgot he was actually the buff one.
and his whole thing was he usually carried a massive cane, but now he's a little scrawny dude.
Yeah,
Actually, are you
because-
sure you're not confusing him with someone else? Because I could have sworn that there were technically two Coopers around that timeline.
Oh yeah, no, there was the Scottish one as well. Here, I'll put the images.
I know which one he's talking about. Again, yes, he was a little more he was kind of top heavy, not so much as the Scottish looking Cooper.
with the hammer, right? So yeah, that's how he. I'm just showing here. That's how he looked back when he was first shown in Sly 1, and now he looks like this in Sly 4.
Yeah, that is kind of a weird change up.
Also,
So
go ahead. A new mechanic for this area, however, now is that we now need to protect Tennessee Kid with our life and his life. What? Yes, because his barrel of TNT is going to be critical for getting us out of here, and unfortunately, there's no way to move without him carrying it himself.
Yeah, it is very well possible to get him caught in the crossfire.
You will see me actually do just that. I'm sorry. At least once, because there's a unique death animation for it that was silly. Anywho.
Well, follow along, Tennessee.
I'd like to make it through this in one piece.
Oh,
If
he
you
can't
don't
jump.
mind.
Oh, I mean, fair. He is lifting a heavy barrel.
Yep.
But yeah, what was I gonna say? I think the reason why Salim Al-Kupar doesn't have that top heavy build he did in the original show, it's mostly because of another Cooper we'll be meeting up with later,
Yeah.
who they actually made for the game.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I don't think that other person was even mentioned in the Thieves Raccoon.
No,
Nope,
this one
he-
was made exclusively for this game.
Again, we'll get more on him later. He's actually next on the list.
Carrying the
Yes,
dynamite?
that's right. I completely forgot about him. Yes, that is true. Little piggies, get out of here.
Yeah, here, little waddles.
Alright, so here comes the issue. Who knew that once again, who leaves open flamethrowers down the very path I need to send some guy?
Villains.
I got you, Tennessee Kid.
No, you don't.
Well,
He really kept the
You
guy and
alright?
Sly's back in prison.
You alright?
you're in prison for murdering your jailmate.
So you go to double prison, which is the prison for prison.
I sentence you to be erased from existence.
Is that like... Oh, that's right. Oh my god. I'm actually surprised they don't actually... I think they do it maybe once or... Yeah, no, I apologize. There is one moment. It's so random, but there is only one moment in this entire game where they actually play up the idea of a time paradox and why you need to be careful.
Right.
But it's like literally towards the very end of the game when there was so much potential for them to really explore that this entire time.
Yeah. I mean, technically, if you were to be defeated as an ancestor, that would I mean, you could just make the argument that it pretty much happened afterwards.
Right. Butterfly effect be damned. So, here is the second big gimmick, almost said it. Hey, you, a hit new sausage gimmick. The way you have to take care of this is that in the jailbird costume, you actually can turn into going monkey ball mode using the 6-axis.
No jester hat required.
Also, I'm surprised that, like, when we touch it, we get dead. I'm surprised it's having no effect on the weighted ball.
I guess because it's not organic or something.
I mean, yeah, flesh versus steel.
Now hobble over here.
I'm hobbling as fast as I can, Sly.
I don't see. Yeah, fair enough.
It appears that archway in front of the door is some kind of locking mechanism.
Uh-huh.
And that block is the key.
Oh,
Now you
no.
just need to figure
They
out
really love their puzzles in this time period. Oh, what am I saying? It's the Wild West. This has to be a modern invention that Toothpick brought to the table.
I really liked Pushmo. I'm just saying, Nintendo needed to make one more game. Sorry, my toothpick just sounds like Mario.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
You know what?
You were thinking.
It is funny you mentioned
Yes, I
the
totally
modern
was.
thing, because, like, that was something that Bentley pointed out, and we'll be seeing here and there, is that, like, all these villains have been bringing back a lot of future tech to these not futuresque, like, locations we're in.
And it should be noted, yes, we're doing our part to save the Cooper lineage, but we're not doing anything to be removing any of this future stuff from where it was. So, like, we're still leaving behind a very messed up timeline here.
Yeah, I mean, hey, who's to say that won't be like something super special to uncover like 1,000 years from now?
After we stretch Kid Cooper's neck, we'll track down the rest of that flea-bitten gang.
Okay.
That's nice.
I don't want
Now
my
then.
neck to be stretched here, partner.
All right. I guess break time.
Fair enough, fair
to
enough.
get across the floor, Sly.
I've always been curious about that, like
I
how...
might be glad I'm carrying the TS.
I'm about to say this is incredibly... Oh, I should not love.
You let go too soon, Cooper.
What the fuck?
So I'm saying this as an incredibly ignorant person about this, like, world and stuff for it, but, like, I've always been curious, like, how someone does an American accent, like, or a Western, like, exaggerate Western accent, sure, but, like, for instance, when someone, like, the guy who plays House on House MD, how he can do a very solid, like, American accent, or, like, how Hugh Jackman can do an American accent. I'm always curious, like, how to... And I guess I say this from the privilege of like, you know, having been American. This doesn't feel like an accent to me. This is just my voice. Like,
Yeah.
basically, I've just been curious. Like, I wonder, like, how did they, like, what sort of things did they focus on? Like, I can think of, like, oh, if I want to do a French accent or a Spanish accent.
I mean, I guess it's just because, you know, when you're trained in a certain language, your tongue moves a certain way, and when you have to do an accent or whatever, you're sort of betraying that typical convention.
I suppose that's right. I suppose that is, like, pretty simple how to play. Yeah, just positioning things differently to say, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you could probably spend an entire, like I don't know, documentary talking about, but this is a commentary about thieving raccoons.
We're about to blow up a wall.
Yeah.
Why not?
We talk about the most important shit.
A break. I did it.
We
That's right.
might want to move.
Oh.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Oh, that's right. That's an explosive.
I thought it was a prop. I just wanted to make a fire. I just want to make this campfire for s'mores. Boom.
So why do you have that cigarette in your mouth? I'm pretty sure you haven't had that thing lit in like days.
Oh, it's a toothpick.
Oh, right.
Thanks.
Remember, it's the Wild West. This ain't no Walt Disney censorship stuff. And oh my god.
Especially when there's guns involved.
Well, not really.
Get going.
Yee-hoo!
Don't ask how I snuck this into jail. It's a complicated process.
Well, if he wasn't convinced that Sly's a Cooper before, now he's convinced.
Somehow, we
Perfect.
had managed to survive and make it back to the hideout.
Okay.
Once there, Tennessee gave us the lowdown. How he'd been planning the bank heist that should have gone down in Cooper lore as his
Oh,
master,
should have been said
only
right
to have
there.
a mysterious new sheriff arrest him
Oh.
before he even reached the bank.
Jeez,
Curiously,
hook,
the
line, and
robbery still
suckered.
occurred, and all the bank's gold was stolen. Tennessee was charged, even though already in prison. And the gold
you missed one.
was never recovered. Of course, he had a strong suspicion it was Sheriff Toothpick himself who had stolen the gold and framed him. And after a little research, there was no doubt he was
Well,
right.
no kidding. He's
Bentley
only
was able to
evil.
uncover plenty of information about
So what
the
do we need to know
sheriff.
about the Toothpick?
Although he changed his appearance somewhat, Toothpick
Oh,
was a two-bit gangster
put
from
the suit back on,
present-day
thank you.
Eastern Europe.
Oh.
According to his file,
Pants
he
not
grew up
always
doing
required.
Two things: gold
you.
and cowboy
Aw.
movies. He eventually specialized in gold robberies, and for a
Yeah,
while,
turns out he's actually a big
masterminded some of
mafioso
the largest
dude.
scores around the world. Then he abruptly vanished. The word was he had always thought of himself as a gunslinger, and it looked like he
He
had
gave
found a
him
way
the
to make that a
opportunity of
reality.
a lifetime.
The guy was a real loose cannon. We'd have to watch our backs if we were going to steal back the missing gold.
I was gonna say, like,
and
how
restore
coincidental has
Tennessee
gotta be the
Cooper's
dude's a
reputation
total fan
as
of
the
cowboy
greatest
movies?
outlaw of the Old West.
Course. Don't let it not be said that the grand villain is not a satisfactory employer. He looks into, you know, what do you prefer, what do you like, and says, have I got the job for you?
He's
Hey,
surprisingly
ye
easy to
old Alaska-
deal with, and he has dental.
Yes. Yeah, ye old Alaskan crayfish. Anyway, now that I got the jailbird costume, now I can get the last of the clue bottles by first using this train,
Yep, back on the Iron Horse.
because we need to use this because this part right here, the only way you'd be able to make this jump is if you were on a train. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And ta-da! Bonk.
Ram it!
Go, piggies, be free!
You're free now!
Flee and flock and hands off of that. That is mine.
You don't even have hands.
Now you are free. Now you are free.
You may enjoy
And-
your freedom.
For as long as it may last.
Now, you may be wondering what the treasure is of the Wild West. Let's just say it's something that certainly does not belong in this time period in the slightest.
Oh, 6 axes. It's randomized. Then left analog stick. Then right analog stick. These are the easiest lock things in the franchise, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, it's not like the saves in...
Mugshot.
You got a coin of mugshot.
Oh.
But yeah, I was about to say, like, yeah, I can agree they're the easiest. To be fair, it's not like the safe cracking in the last two games were really that hard, especially when Bentley just straight up said what the solutions were.
Is getting Tennessee
Yes.
his
Anyway,
Also, now
it's
it's
Just the
Bentley
one
time.
gun now.
Yes,
I
that's that.
upgraded, but yeah, I need my shooting iron back.
Good.
Agreed. According to my sources, Toothpick closed this old gold mine several months ago, declaring it unsafe. In fact, he's converted it to a storage facility for his stolen goods, including Tennessee's gun. We'll need to take measures with this job so as not to arouse suspicion. So, employing a masterful disguise, I'll tail Toothpick to the mine's entrance and mark it with a homing beacon. Murray, you'll then use
Homing
the
bee?
beacon to find your way there.
Not the
Toothpick's
base!
sure to have secured the entrance, so we'll need your
How does the bee know how to
formidable
home?
skills to get it open. Then, once
Also,
we
we'll say
have
on the
access,
say real quick that
Tennessee
the
can get in
mugshot
and
coin
get his
increases
gun
loot
back.
drops.
Let's get to
Oh.
work.
Yep, makes more things out here.
Interesting.
I need to keep up with this.
So it's your lucky
I'm not staying
charm
close,
with an
but
ugly
I-
mugshot on it.
Pretty much.
Though that does remind me, remember when there was like a special animation that was made to commemorate the release of this game that featured mugshot?
Right, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
got he skipped Arm Day for a couple of months.
Yeah, he really freaky did, and it looks kind of unnatural.
That sounds so weird.
Like, he actually looks normal.
I don't want... Okay, now you got me curious. I'm looking it up.
Okay.
Thieves in time.
Meanwhile, this little
mugshot.
bugger's just walking around. Yeah, I take it this is like the equivalent of the Dimitri chasing mission from Sly 2.
Exactly like that.
I don't like him.
I don't like it.
I mean, it's there. There's something there, but it's just not...
It's
It's not,
not
the same unless he can... It's not the same unless he can walk on his arms because his legs are so short.
Again, it just looks so freaking generic, like your typical furry bait.
Well, about as much of a
Right.
furry bait as Mugshot can be.
All
You'd be
it's missing
surprised.
is another pair of arms, and it's just a freaking
Really need to equip
macho.
this chair with air conditioning.
Does it?
Who said
Install
air
that thing with a-
conditioning?
Just install the cooling fan, ya baby.
Part of me just wonder if that same artist actually did attempt to draw a mugshot with his proper arms and just said, "Fuck it, I can't do it. Just give him. Can I give him a normal body, please?"
Like,
Listen,
it really...
I'm okay with the raccoon that wants to be a magic thief, but I draw the line at anatomy, my friend.
It really does make me wonder with, like, redesigns of, like, this caliber. Like, how much of it is just the artist wanting to do it, and how much of it is, like, executives telling him to do it like that?
It's hard to say, considering, I mean, you saw the mugshot coin, like, it's clearly just a 3D printed version of his, drawing for, like, those 2D animated scenes in the original game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not like, it's sort of consistent in that regard, but, I don't know, it's still kind of weird. I'm almost willing to bet it was primarily a artistic choice that, got approved by the producers.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Truth be told, though, wouldn't it have been something else if Mugshot was actually on the new... Oh, God!
Oh, just...
Whoa!
Don't worry, Bentley. I got the bug spray right here.
Oh, a Gatling gun.
It's like a potato gun.
Oh my god!
The seat's gone. Go ahead.
I was about to say, there's some nasty potatoes he's shooting out of that thing.
Yeah?
Just be careful not to hit the TNT.
I mean, I'll definitely say this is one of the more creative means of, an actual, like, railgun. Like treat it kind of like you're twisting the wheel, sort of.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I guess you can hit the TNT. I guess just so I can emergency precaution. I was worried it was gonna be another accidentally blow up and detonate Tennessee Kid again.
Or Bentley.
Or Bentley. And Bentley too.
Well, Bentley's in a shell at least.
Yeah, but that shell isn't gonna protect him from the scorpions.
You don't know that.
Pinchy claws are gonna...
Hey, you know what? Now that I think about it, at least they're consistent. The scorpions are fucking massive in this game.
Yep, as they were in Australia.
So the more times change, the more they actually stay the same.
Yep. Alright, hacking time. With more loading times being cut out, thank you. That's okay.
Thank you very much. Because again, those load times, they're too long. They make 06 look normal.
Ooh, here's speed mode, which gives me ricochet shots.
Nice.
Every time I see the loading screens, my beard grows even more.
Just a little bit more, and I'll be able to finally tie a rope to escape the tower.
Every time a loading screen happens, I can pour another cup of sarsaparilla.
Rapunzel, lend down your beard.
No.
Not from the hair on my shin rear.
My name's Repugnant, not Rapunzel.
Repugnant.
My name is Doug.
Oh.
Oh, this
I
has
can make that
been
work
roaming.
still. Nice to meet you. And... also, there's para-looping in this game.
Oh, yeah. So there is.
Boy, ain't that suddenly...
Dream live wine.
I was like, hey, isn't that suddenly quite relevant to our next game?
Yeah.
That we're doing later.
Well, assuming that gets posted before this.
Right.
Or after, I don't know.
You standing there.
Although I guess it is also funny considering that's just it's just a normal thing I've seen. Or maybe not so much normal. It's like how many games can you think of that have para looping mechanics like that?
Oh, well, in terms of very recent examples, you could argue Frontiers kind of has something like that.
Yeah, with the silo.
True. I guess it's just
and probably a more out there comparison from from the mid 2000s, Pac-Man World 3. Like, there's this one power pellet that Pac-Man can grab that literally turns him into a huge light beacon that can para-loop enemies and destroy them that way.
Right.
I'm still wondering if we should tackle that game at some point.
Well, we didn't look at it, but...
Never say never. Like, it's come to a point where with our current method of doing playthroughs, I mean, I don't think it would really hurt to try it. It's just that don't gameplay-wise, don't expect anything super, engaging.
Right.
Well, I know they traded out. I know they traded out a lot of the platforming for beat 'em up stuff.
Yeah, I mean, most are Pac-Man does do some he can wall jump and shimmy on. No, never mind. What am I saying? He's always shimmied on.
He can do pole swinging.
Yeah, that's right. He can pull swing. So I mean, there's
Okay.
that.
Right, there's gotta be a lock for this around.
But yeah, no, it's just one of those things where, unless you're coming into it for the weird notion of seeing all the characters actually talk, or the fact they try to play up a more like Pac-Man rummaging around in a dystopian type scenario, there's not much else really to it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or talk about the rise in energy in Pac-Man sector.
Details on my sector are between me and Miss Pac.
Thank you very much. Actually, who's Miss Pac again? Am I allowed to remember her even though this game takes place in the past?
Lawyer, I'm so very sorry. I really did think we were past that point, but I keep thinking restraining agreement, but that's not what it's called. Uh-oh.
Now what?
What? Well, you could try again, Murray, just to get Bentley in there. But I mean, at this point, you really do need just Tennessee Kid. Speaking of which, more on him next part.
Restraining order, that's what the word is.
Yeehaw.